They got the music cranked up. Here we go. Second half. I mean, it's February. It's starting to get closer to where the games really start to count.
You know what I love about college basketball is the games always count. You know, you're scrambling for post-season play from the beginning of the season on, and these guys, you know, playing to strengthen their resume, I think, and for Nevada, they're playing for a seed in the NCAA tournament.
But you've learned a lot about your team come February.
Oh, yes.
Now it's about refining it. DJ Fenner, step in, nope. Not a lot of offensive rebounds tonight for either team. A total of 6 offensive rebounds between both Utah State and Nevada.
Only 11 personal fouls called in that first half. And it wasn't like the officials just letting it go. These teams played clean. They played position defense. They played with their feet. We didn't see a lot of reaching, not a lot of over the back, and just a well-played defensive ball game in the first half. And these offenses struggled because of it.
Oliver was hot early. Boy, that shot way up.
Aggie basketball.
Oliver has 8 points and 7 rebounds.
And for Cameron Oliver, fantastic three-point shooter. And that's where he feels like he has the advantage against Janasek outside. But I'd like to see him go inside in this second half and put some pressure on the big guy at the rim, because he also has a very solid inside game.
McEwen well guarded there by Lindsey Drew. Jalen Moore got the defender up in the air, and here comes Lindsey Drew. One-on-one. That was smart. Got across the front of the rim, used that to give him some space, and gets the 2 off the window.
Doing a good job. He was real aggressive on the double team, and then came off that double team. When Jalen Moore mishandled it, he was there.
Nicely.
The offense. They came down before Nevada could set the defense. The Aggies attacked the interior.
Oliver. He tried to dunk that from about 5 feet away. But he didn't get the call.
But he answered what I asked him to do. He went in the attack that time. He didn't finish, but you know, we were talking about he's taking some outside shots. Now go attack the interior of that Aggie defense and see if you can do some damage there. That's what he's doing, but the ball slips out.
Yeah, he was actually closer to the rim than I realized. That was a
if he
normal
doesn't lose the grip on that thing, he just lost it on the way up.
My bad, Cameron. Janasek on the inside.
Pretty nifty play there. Found himself under the rim and puts it down with the reverse flip there.
How about Janasek is going toe-for-toe with Oliver? He's got 7 points in the game. Norbert Janasek from Slovakia. Marshall, tough shot, no.
And you watch the Aggie defense. Not only are they face guarding him with Sam Merrill, but once he gets a catch off a screen, everybody else is cheating the gap. So they're playing off of their guys and saying, okay, they're going to have to beat us 4-on-4 with the other guys. We're not going to let Marshall beat us in this ball game. So far, it's kept him in the game. So who's going to step up for the Wolfpack?
I keep waiting to see Marshall take over. Long rebound. Jalen Moore in traffic, loses it. Issues with spacing? It doesn't seem like you're having a lot of guys with good looks.
They're so used to running things through Marcus Marshall that it's just a little lacking in flow right now. But here's the thing. If the Aggies are cheating in those gaps and really helping aggressively on him, when he gets the ball in his hands, then somebody's open. And so somebody else has to step up, make open shots, and not necessarily take the jump shot, but when the Aggies are recovering and running back out to the shooters, that's when you put it on the floor and attack and cause a secondary rotation and an easy bucket. That's when we're going to see Oliver getting a throwdown or Caroline getting a throwdown.
Wolfpack need a spark, someone to step up. And sometimes you wonder with a young team, you can have great coaching staff, and they certainly have that. Not only Coach Musselman, he's got Dave Rice over there, an accomplished head coach in his own right. But you need a player to be the guy out there to say, guys, all right, get around me, I got this. And I'm not sure who that guy is.
I'm waiting to see who's going to step up with Marshall being face guarded here in this second half.
So let's see who steps up. Right now, the Aggies clinging to a 2-point lead. 29-27, Utah State in front of Nevada. Fans are having a great time in here. No place like home, and I know you've spent quite a bit of time in this building. When Stu Morrill was the head coach, he basically couldn't win here. He had a run of 37 straight home wins.
During that period of time, they just seemed invincible here, and the crowds were phenomenal. The student section was off the charts. A tough, tough place to play.
And there is Coach Stu Morrill, true legend. What a class act.
Oh, yeah, and I don't know that he gets enough credit for how good. I mean, he assembled different groups of talent, and just year after year, they were unbeatable in this building. And it got to the point where they couldn't get anybody to come in non-league to come play him here. Nobody would play him here.
Well, when they joined the Mountain West, I must say, I had to learn a lot about him and what he'd done here at Utah State, and I couldn't get over it. I said, how come people aren't talking about this guy?
I don't think he's been recognized by his peers.
Yes.
Certainly. Everybody knows what a great coach Stu Morrill was during his career.
Oliver bumps, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
So we talked about at halftime. I'm sure that Eric Musselman had to talk about, guys, an attack. So if they're going to face guard, then there's some lanes that are open there. Let's get into the interior of this defense and get some easier shots or get to the free throw line. You've seen Oliver now 2 times in a row inside. And Oliver, a 66% free throw shooter.
About the only area of his game he needs to work on.
Well, this Nevada team, they come out of the locker room, they start 1 for 6. And they settle for a couple of jumpers. So I think when the jump shots aren't falling, then go get in and manufacture points, get into paint, get shots at the rim.
Foul's going to go against the Aggies.
I think that's Janusek. There's 3 fouls now.
Great, and he's been very effective. His length has been a problem for Nevada.
And so if you're Nevada, then continue to pound it in there.
Yep.
Get that 4th foul. Nevada goes or the Aggies go to a zone, and then the Wolfpack promptly turns it over against that zone.
Cameron Oliver went up in the air, had a good look at a jumper, changed his mind, and turned it over. There you see a frustrated Coach Eric Musselman. He'll get it figured out. Shane Rector, good idea, but it's deflected. Still 12 on the shot clock.
I think the Aggies were lucky that it got deflected, because I don't know if there was any way that Janusek had a chance to catch that one.
Now in for Nevada, number 33,
Josh Hall.
replacing DJ Fenner.
DJ Fenner goes to the bench. Fenner's had a real quiet game, 6 points, 3 of 8 shooting.
Josh Hall, good-looking athletic freshman out of Houston, Texas, but he's averaging 9.9 minutes a game. So not extended playing time, just spelling that starting 5, depending on matchups.
Cam Merrill, the triple.
And Merrill's contributions have been on this end of the floor, where he's done a very good job defensively on Marcus Marshall.
I mean, it almost feels like Marcus Marshall barely played it all. Jordan Caroline gets the 2. Good look from Drew.
Mentality's been better last 3 times down the floor. Attack, attack, attack for the Wolfpack.
Janusek misses. Went with the left hand. Could have gone up and dunked it.
And Quinn Taylor with a really good high-low feed, but
Jordan from Caroline in and out. The jumpers have not been falling tonight for the
and those are
Wolfpack.
shots that typically fall for the Wolfpack. This is a good mid-range team.
A steal by Drew, 2-on-1. He's got Caroline with him. And boy, that's a pretty good foul from Quinn Taylor. If nothing else, make Caroline earn it at the line and don't give them that momentum from a dunk.
Boy, and Caroline, a 58% free throw shooter. And you know, if you go up, we've seen the officials give the benefit of the doubt to the defense if they go straight up. But you see how Quinn Taylor takes his hands and then puts a cap, kind of a roof, on Caroline. So he gets in, doesn't go up vertical. He goes over the top of the shooter, and that's why he gets the foul.
Free throws have been a problem for both teams. Utah State, 3 for 8. Nevada, 2 for 7.
It's a good thing that the number of free throws has been down this game, because I don't know if we could bear to watch this percentage with a high volume. That would be scary.
Fans are earning their reputation. Disruptive.
You shoot right into that student section in the second half on free throws. And let's just say they're very creative with their signage. And their outfits.
They bring it. Shane Rector back on the floor. That's Jalen Moore. That's blocked from behind.
Well, great job. Was that... Who was that on the backside? Was that DJ Finner or Drew? I think it was Drew that got a piece of it from behind.
Caroline's going to work now. Basket in the foul. Jordan Caroline.
Foul is on Quinn Taylor of the Aggies. His third, fourth team foul.
Taylor's got 3. Janisek's got 3.
Quinn Taylor at the free throw line.
And taking it inside these last several times on the floor, accomplishing 2 things. They're getting baskets, they're getting to the free throw line, but they're now putting pressure with fouls on the Aggies, and the Aggies are going to have to back off a little bit defensively or get into their bench because they got foul problems now.
Another missed free throw. It's now 3 for 10. What do you about Utah State getting Sam Merrill some more looks? He's been hot. As Oliver picks up the foul beyond the arc.
Oliver came out to show on that screen to try to force the point guard a little deeper, but just a little too aggressive with it, creating contact.
Just the second team foul. 14 fouls on the Aggies. And Oliver comes out of the game.
Replacing Oliver.
There he is on cue. Sam Merrill.
You called him out. You said they need to get him a look, and what does he do? He delivers.
He's been terrific tonight. He now has 10 points. That hierarchy shot is wild. Jalen Moore the save. Aggies on the move. It's Rector in traffic. No. Marshall's triple spins out. Utah State basketball. How do you think he feels about it?
Man, if the players on the court would have half his energy, this would be crazy.
Again, where's Sam Merrill on the floor? He's open in the far corner if someone could find him. But Janicek is fouled.
Working against Leland King, who's off the bench in for the Wolfpack. And King, one of the first couple off the bench in each game, he's averaging just over 10 minutes a ball game. These starters for Nevada play a lot of minutes, and they're playing at elevation in this ball game. So the longer the Aggies are in this ball game, the more difficult it becomes for the Wolfpack.
Cameron Oliver checks back in. Many teams tonight will be rooting for Utah State, given that Nevada is in first place. In particular, the Boise State Broncos. who with the win last night improved to 7-3 in conference play. So if Nevada loses, will be tied for first place. It'll be Nevada and Boise State.
Where were you last night? Were you in Boise last night?
No, but I did cover Boise State
at
that's
right.
Colorado
It was
State.
at Colorado State last night. I knew you were
Tough 3-point
someplace.
win. Drew's triple, nope. Jalen Moore, another rebound. Got 10 rebounds in the game. Dargenton has 10 rebounds, which is a career high. They've done a good job on the glass. They're out-rebounding Nevada 36-25. We've got a timeout on the floor. Utah State still in front. They lead by 3. Inspired basketball for Coach Tim Duryea. He's got to be pleased with the effort so far. We'll be right back. Utah State 36, Nevada 33. A little less than 12 minutes to go in the second half. These two schools meeting for the first time this season.
We're looking at the best record since 2000. You're talking about this great run that Stu Morrill had. Look at that.
An impressive template right there.
But when you're talking about those, you're talking about the who's who of college basketball. Utah State. Right there. That tells you the...
Who's that school 2 above them?
Yeah, I know. That's your boys, Wisconsin. That's your boys.
I mean, let me tell you, when I was growing up, Wisconsin didn't win any games. And the fact they're in that is just as remarkable as Utah State.
They're a fantastic program. Physical, great program. There he is, Stu Morrill, the architect of that legacy and what we saw there since 2000. We talk about elevation. You know, it's not that Nevada doesn't play at elevation. Reno is at 4,505 feet. Logan's at 4,534 feet. But it's not like going down and playing in San Diego at 62 feet. You feel like you can run forever when you come from Reno to go play in San Diego.
Shot clock expires. Well, it's one of the things that when I got introduced to the Mountain West, my very first Mountain West game was with you all the way back in the fall of September of 2009. With the challenges of the geography of the conference, because you've got San Diego at sea level, and then you go to Laramie at 7220.
Yeah, there's a huge difference, and so these teams evenly matched in terms of elevation, but they don't have an advantage in terms of elevation, and Utah State's playing more guys out there tonight.
Marcus Marshall continues to have a night he'd soon forget. 2 points, 1 of 6 shooting.
Foul number 14, Lindsey Drew of the Wolfpack. His first 4th team foul.
Drew, that time, when you're defending in the post, once you extend 2 hands, put it on the offensive player, the whistle just gets blown immediately. And on a switch, he ended up on a big inside.
Both teams now with 14 fouls.
Nice finish by
McKeown.
Yeah.
With the left hand.
And he looked over to the officials and said, did I not get bumped right there? But a great finish through contact.
That is a one-strong young man. And there, Cameron Oliver goes to work.
Yeah, I like the mentality of Cameron Oliver here in the second half of taking it to the interior of this Utah State defense.
Well, Coach Musselman clearly said, look, we know you can hit the 3. Tonight we need you to go inside. The lob to Jalen Moore. McKeown the assist, and I like how Moore adjusted in the air.
Yeah, that wasn't up there where he could take it and throw it down as the plan would have gone, but he caught it in the air and finger rolled it in. Good adjustment in the air.
Jalen Moore on the Julius Erving small forward watch list.
Boy, and Janicek is out there defending, and we talk about him having to be careful. You go down and we see that alley-oop again, and a nice adjustment on this end with a finger roll off the glass for Jalen Moore.
He's easy to root for. He does everything a coach would want. He is such a team player. I've never seen him take a selfish shot. Drew somehow maintains the handle, sets up Fenner. Count it.
Boy, and you got to give Drew all kinds of credit. Heavy pressure, and he takes the ball down to the baseline and then kicks it outside for a wide open assist.
Jalen Moore. The lead is 5 for the Aggies. But keep in mind, the Nevada Wolfpack have been down 25 in a game this season and come back.
To me, that was the best comeback in college basketball this season.
They were down 14 with 68 seconds to go at Albuquerque.
And you and I, you mentioned earlier, we had the next game in Albuquerque, and the crowd and that team, they still had a hangover from that thing. They were still shocked from that.
I think it's part of why they lost.
And lost the next against UNLV.
But then they bounced back pretty nicely. Craig Neal got the Lobos playing good basketball.
And this is a team, they have not shot the basketball well, but it's a confident shooting team. So they're not out of a ball game. Even they're down double digits, they feel like they can come back. They've done it. They have that confidence.
Let me ask you this. Who's the alpha male, though? Who needs to take over offensively?
Marcus Marshall, if he can.
Okay, well, at this point, they've taken him virtually out of the basketball
game. And here's the thing. Marcus Marshall is going to have to work harder without the basketball, run people off of more screens, do whatever he can.
Or be a decoy,
and then when he gets the ball in his hands, attack and kick. And there's plenty of guys that can shoot the basketball on this team.
Look at Cameron Oliver just go and get it.
He's been so aggressive in the second half and getting it done. And Oliver can be that guy.
Yeah.
Oliver can be that complimentary guy that can go off.
McEwen, yes! Kobe McEwen.
Both very solid three-point shooting teams. They didn't look like it up to this point in the game.
They're going to go to the beast. To Oliver. Can't hit. Dargington now 11 rebounds. Continues to add to his career high. I'm surprised Merrill didn't want that three. It's been red hot. Well, they want to get it to Jalen Moore, and he's bumped. That's team foul number 5 on the Wolfpack. So no free throws.
Foul is on Cameron Oliver. His fourth. 15.
Cameron Oliver's got 4. What do you do, Blaine?
That's a problem. 8 minutes to go. And I don't know right now with a 6-point lead in the Aggies with the ball in their hands, he's going to get him out of there, but I don't think he can sit him too long.
Another foul on the Wolfpack. Now they have 16 fouls, so both teams with 16 fouls. So both of them be in the bonus the rest of the way.
So Oliver goes down. Eric Musselman replaces him. He's going to give him a little bit of a blow to take him out of the emotion and maybe bring him in a little calm down. But they need him in the ballgame. We talked about down the stretch run. He's got to be able to help him get points. He's a guy with an outside shot that can also go to the rim.
McEwen, and he got fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Kobe McEwen.
Fouls on Lindsey Drew, number 14. 17th foul. Kobe McEwen at the free throw line.
McEwen at the free throw line. He has really played well in the second half. Free throw is good.
69% this season for Kobe McEwen.
He's got 13 points. Going to try to make it 14. And McEwen does just that. Marcus Marshall still only has 2 points. Fenner, open 3. Good look.
Fenner, number 1 in the Mountain West in three-point percentage.
Not tonight.
At over 48%. But here's the thing about Nevada. They still expect that at some point those are going to start to fall.
Jalen Moore.
How did he even make that shot? It didn't come out the way he wanted it to, but he still got it up on the glass and it went down.
Are you surprised Musselman hasn't gotten a timeout?
Actually, yes, I am. And they go down and answer
You know, but he has that NBA coaching background. A lot of NBA coaches will tell their players, figure it out. And remember how much Phil Jackson did that?
Yep.
He wouldn't call a timeout. The guys, you're on your own. Figure it out. Rector goes back door.
Good back cut. Came out on a V cut. When it was overplayed, went back door.
And there was no Oliver there to protect the rim.
And Oliver's back at the scorer's table, ready to come back in. So he got 2 minutes of rest, and now he's got to come in with a mindset not to foul.
Marshall can't hit the three. And then a foul on Caroline. We've got a timeout on the floor and an upset in the making. We've said this season there's great parity in the Mountain West, and it's on display tonight in Logan. Jalen Moore, the senior, stepping up, and the Aggies lead by 10. Welcome back. A 10-point lead for Utah State. And Jalen Moore has now gone in double figures 34 straight games. As he has really delivered in the second half. He now has 10 points.
Well, he's got 10 points and 12 rebounds. He's been particularly good at cleaning that defensive glass. A lot of one-shot opportunities for the Wolfpack in this ball game. And Nevada now shooting for the game 34% from the field, but more alarming, they're just 3 of 10 from the free throw line. And the Aggies are just 6 of 12. That's not great, 50% from the free throw line, but 3 of 10. And the Aggies 45.5% from the field and 35% from three. They're really getting it done. Good shot selection. They've been patient offensively, and really executed their game plan well here.
I just want to remind everyone that in Nevada's comeback against New Mexico, they hit their final 7 3-point shots. So no matter who you're rooting for, stay tuned.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yes. 1 in a million?
And here's the thing. I'd say more like 1. But here's the thing. The mentality of this team is, I've been here before. So once you've done it, you think you can do it. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to do it, but you have the confidence to shoot it. And the Aggies give them a little bit of pressure to try to throw off the timing, and it ends up in an easy bucket at the rim.
And they all went and crashed the offensive glass. There were 3 Wolfpack right there. Keep in mind, Cameron Oliver, number 0 for the Wolfpack, playing with 4 fouls.
And remember, in that New Mexico comeback for the Wolfpack, when they started to foul, New Mexico was miserable down the stretch from the free
Merrill,
throw line.
another 3, not this time. Hit up off the shot clock, so it will be Nevada basketball.
Yeah, New Mexico had to cooperate, even though they had to cooperate and miss free throws.
A lot of them. Benner's 3. No, and Rector the rebound. I don't know what Rector's plus minus is tonight, but it's got to be really good.
He's been really good off the bench for these Aggies.
Rector soft touch, no. Oh, and they're staying right here, and that means the foul's on Oliver, and he's done. Very curious to get another look at this. Dargenton and Oliver get hooked up here.
Oh, and they're going to call it on the extension of the arm this time on DJ Fenner. And so they're saying that Fenner is the one that extended his forearm and pushed him out of bounds for the foul goal against Fenner. And that's a break.
It's a huge break.
Because
Oliver didn't commit the foul.
No, he didn't.
At the free throw line, Alex Dargenton.
Dargenton just 57%.
And this has not been the most stellar of games that you and I have called in terms of free throw production, has it? On cue.
On cue, he
knocks it right
look
down.
like he's never missed one. Now, Coach Musselman, he knows his team can score in bunches, but time becoming a factor.
So, Dargington, who is a 58% free throw shooter, calmly steps up and knocks down 2.
Benner in traffic. No. Jordan Caroline, another offensive rebound and the putback.
And Jalen Moore came off of Caroline to help defensively. That left Caroline wide open to go in there and grab that offensive board and get the putback.
Next foul by Nevada, and the Aggies will be in the double bonus. That was off somebody's foot. Here comes the Wolfpack. They've got numbers. It's Oliver, and he gets fouled. And he'll shoot 2.
That's just what the doctor ordered for the Wolfpack. An unforced error by the Aggies, giving up a transition opportunity for Oliver. Well, he's got to convert. 66% free throw shooter. The Wolfpack struggled from the line in this ball game.
They miss another free throw. They're 3 for 11.
And this is a team that shoots 69% from free throw line. In conference play, they've been at 73%. That's respectable.
Sure.
Free throw shooting.
1 for 2 for Oliver, and it's a 9-point game. Here comes the full court pressure.
Back-to-back unforced errors by the Aggies. And the Lobos helped them out by not making free throws. The Aggies helping them out by sometimes you need a little help to come back in a game. Now let's see if the Wolfpack can take advantage. In that New Mexico game, they knocked down threes. There's a turnover number.
Yeah, way too many for the Aggies. Benner, yes!
Just like that.
7-point game.
We've got ourselves a ball game. And the pressure.
Well, now they can pressure because you only play 7 guys. It's hard to pressure all game, but you get down to the end of the game and you're down, you got the right guys to do it.
When Tim Duryea takes a timeout to say, let's talk about how to attack this pressure and what he wants his team to do offensively down here.
We'll step away for a moment. The drama building here in Logan. Tim Duryea trying to coach his guys up. Wolfpack looking for the comeback and a chance to stay on top of the Mountain West. Well, sometimes numbers tell the story. Sometimes they don't tell the story. Well, we were trying to tell you how good Nevada is. Take a look at this.
Yeah, so they have the man that's the first in scoring in Marcus Marshall, first in three-point percentage in DJ Benner, first in assists per game in Lindsey Drew, and first in blocks per game in Cameron Oliver. We saw Cameron Oliver got 2 in the first 4 minutes of this ball game.
The only one of those guys who's delivered in their category is Oliver. Benner 1 for 4 from three-point land. Marshall's got 2 points in the game.
And here comes the pressure. To break that press, the Aggies get it to the middle of the floor. And look at Drew just denying. They're going to get the ball out of McEwen's hands, the point guard, and force somebody else to handle it.
Shot clock becoming a factor. Merrill's not a guy who usually creates his own shot.
And just like that, he dribbles into a 3 and knocks it down. Sam Merrill,
what a night.
He's been the X factor for the Aggies in this one.
13 points, 3 3-point field goals, and a travel. All right, we have another break. Chance for Coach Musselman and the Wolfpack to try to figure it out. Because tonight, it's been all about the Aggies. Look at Merrill. He says, you don't know anything, play-by-play guy. I create my own shot and knock down the triple. Lots of happy people here in Logan as they have seen the Aggies put on their best performance of the season. I don't think there's any doubt about it.
And really, they're shooting the ball well. They've been very good at at slowing this basketball game down, executing in the half court, but it's on the defensive end where they've gotten it done so far. Their ability to take Marcus Marshall out of the game by face guarding him, denying him the basketball, and then still, and when he gets the ball in his hands, they've been getting in those gaps, they've been playing help defense and been able to recover to their guys. And now the Wolfpack going to continue with this pressure, and the Aggies have struggled with the pressure. They had to have a last-ditch shot off the dribble by Sam Merrill the last time with the basketball at the shot clock.
And when they put Rector on the floor, you've got two true point guards out there. Oh, and Jordan Caroline almost had the strip, and then Rector's fouled by Marshall. And he'll get 2 free throws in the double bonus.
Marcus Marshall.
Shane Rector, a 68% free throw shooter.
And this pressure with lots of energy, that's a good clean steal there, and then, yeah, the contact from Marcus Marshall afterward. But what an effort by this defense and Jordan Caroline to get that ball loose.
Shane Rector has made the most of his minutes. 6 points in the game. He's played 18 minutes. They're just doing a little bit of cleanup at the other end of the floor.
Shooting 2.
And the Aggies really, now with 4 guys on the floor that can handle the basketball, with Rector, Sam Merrill, and you've got McEwen, and frankly, Jalen Moore can handle the ball like a guard at 6'9" if he needs to. The key is, against pressure, you got to get the ball out of the hands before the double team gets there, and you got to attack that pressure.
1 for 2, so the lead is 11. A little less than 3.5 minutes to go. Can Marshall come alive? Get the look, the 3. Long rebound, loose ball. Shane Rector's got it. That's blocked. And hopefully Rector's okay. It looked like a decent block, but the way they had the padding behind the basket made it look terrible.
Boy, and I like how Rector attacked. He was gonna throw that thing down or get fouled.
Trainer speaking to Rector, his legs are moving, his head's up. Now he's rolling over on his back.
Cameron Oliver.
And that foul on Cameron Oliver.
So he fouls out.
And he's one of those three-point threats out on the floor. Let's go back and take a look at that play in the collision at the rim as Shane Rector went hard to the basket. So here it is, long rebound. Rector with his quickness gets it. Here comes.
Wow. I don't know why the fans are that upset. I mean, though he fouled them, there was nothing wrong with it.
No, but it was a scary landing.
Yes.
And they went up and they played the basketball, so I didn't have a problem with that. Yeah, he played the basketball and went for it, but look how he came down in a heap.
And they don't call it the hardwood for no reason.
My, oh my. Well, talk about some good minutes. You've mentioned it already.
He's tough.
Rector brought some very good minutes to the floor for this Aggie basketball team tonight. Wow. I mean, he hit the floor hard, Ari. And Oliver went for the block up top. It's just a common foul.
They're reviewing this, but there was nothing there but a common foul. And all the fans are calling for him to be ejected. No basis for it.
Boy, he's going to get a... That's a major Band-Aid right there. And Oliver will go to the bench now with his 5th foul. But
that was one quiet double-double, 14 and 13.
And the officials got this. He played the basketball. He went hard after the basketball.
shooting 2.
Okay, so the officials came over and said common foul, which you see they're playing the ball and there's contact, and so in playing the ball he goes down hard. Because he was bleeding, is on the bench, they're going to allow
someone else
to come in,
and shoot the free
and Julian Perry's going to come in and shoot the free throws.
He's only 61%.
Yeah.
Now starts in the end of the game. Replacing Corey Janicek.
So 1 of 2.
DJ Fenner finds Drew. Back to Fenner. The 3. That's way off. But it has been a tough shooting night for Nevada.
Fouls on Alex Dargington.
And Dargington with a foul that time.
At the free throw line.
It's gotten real rowdy in here.
And Jordan Caroline, hustle play, getting in good position to get an offensive board. Pushed out of the way that time by Dargington. So now Caroline will go to the free throw line. And the free throw woes continue for the Wolfpack.
Kobe McEwen, yes! I tell you, the battle of the two guys wearing the number 1 jerseys, we thought Marshall was going to be the man. Not tonight. Marshall 2 points. McEwen 14 points. Check it, 16 with his last 2.
Lindsey Drew, his 3rd.
So Nevada, from beyond the arc, 3 of 19 from the free throw line, 4 of 12. This young man been a star here, especially in the second half. He's got 17 points. Certainly demonstrated why he is the favorite to be the Mountain West Freshman of the Year and perhaps make the Mountain West first or second team. He's been every bit as valuable to this team as Jalen Moore this season.
In Mountain West play, 17.7 points a game and 5.4 rebounds.
This already very excitable crowd has really gotten themselves into a battle.
And right now, the Wolfpack, they're sending bodies to the glass, offensive glass. You've got to. If you miss a shot, you got to clean it up and put it back in if you have any chance at all. And so for the Aggies, they got to know that, and they have to block out.
I mean, they cannot make a free throw. And then Drew is bumped. That's 10 team fouls now on Utah State, so Lindsey Drew will shoot 2 in the double bonus.
10 team fouls, double bonus for the Wolfpack. Timeout, Utah State.
Now remember, in the first half, we had a total 11 fouls on combined for both teams.
They've made up for it in the second half.
They made up for it,
yeah. What do you make of this, Blaine? Is this just a one game and it's tough to go on the road? It seems very out of character for Nevada.
Yeah, and it's tough to play on the road, first of all, especially in this league. And this building, Logan, getting to Logan and playing this building, it's a good home crowd. The Aggies are very confident. And you know what? The Aggies played a good basketball game, and they're coming off of a solid win against Fresno State, where it seemed like the light bulb came on. A convincing win, 78-65 here at home. And it's a young, talented basketball team that came into this game with confidence, at home especially. So, and sometimes you just don't shoot it great. So do I think this is an aberration for Nevada? Yeah, I think this is an aberration. They're better offensively than this. But you got to give the Aggies credit for the defensive game plan and the way they executed that defensive game plan. So
Nevada been outscored 9-0 over the last minute 34 seconds. And let's take a look. All right, so they got UNLV at home, then at San Diego State, at Air Force, and we'll have that game at Air Force. It's no picnic to win up there. We saw San Diego State lose up there. Then they're going to have to play these same Aggies again. Boise State in a game that's probably going to have huge implications. And then at UNLV. So suddenly Nevada running away with Mount West seems less likely.
Shooting 2.
But the beauty of it is, these young men have short memories. They bounce right back.
You have
this
to.
never happened.
And Lindsey Drew knocks down the first. You see a season free throw percentage, 57%. And he steps up and knocks down two. And that's what they needed earlier.
That's a travel.
And against pressure, you don't pick up your dribble if you don't have to and become stationary. And there was no double team there. Jalen Moore took one dribble and picked it up, and now he allowed himself to be guarded by one guy, and he traveled.
Fair to say, for all the Nevada fans watching, in particular the way this crowd has been amped up, when Utah State gets to the Lawler Event Center in Reno, it's going to be rowdy. I promise you that. Nevada's been getting more than 10,000 fans a game. They've been loving this year's Wolfpack. I got a feeling they're going to be real excited when the Aggies come to town. And McEwen gets the layup.
He has been outstanding in this basketball game.
Jalen Moore, a career-high 13 rebounds. Lindsey Drew hits the three.
And this pressure in the backcourt has really given the Aggies problems. Problem is, Nevada not deep enough. If they could play this defense all game long, they would be crazy to play against. They just don't have enough guys to play this way all game long.
I mean, if they had the mid to late 90s Kentucky teams that Rick Pitino had, then they could do it. Like Alan Edwards, the Wyoming coach, he played for Kentucky. If they had that many bodies, they played like this.
Their quickness, their length, they're really, really good in this pressure D. They just, they're only playing 7 guys typically in a game and 5 significant minutes in a game. It's hard to play that kind of D all game long.
Jalen Moore has to use a timeout. And so Utah State has no more timeouts remaining, but they do have a 14-point lead. And if the light has gone on, as you mentioned, there could play spoiler. At Boise State, at Colorado State, Wyoming, San Diego State here at home. And you know, schools like San Diego State do not like to come to Logan in mid-February.
Well, they're
at Nevada.
Yeah, come play at elevation, cold weather, tough to get here. It's a tough road trip. And we're going to see if the light bulb came on. So the light bulb seems like it's on at home, and we're going to see when they go up and play in Taco Bell Arena up in Boise.
All right, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Nevada loses. So they're 7-3, tied with Boise State. All of a sudden, Utah State's at 4-6. All of a sudden, they climb all the way up into a tie with Wyoming. There's your exclamation point. Jalen Moore, another rebound, and he's going to get fouled.
Sam Merrill, I just ISO'd on him the last time down the floor. He is still playing full effort, lights out, face guard defense on Marcus Marshall with 1 minute and 17 seconds left in the game. What an effort by Sam Merrill. And he made some big contributions offensively.
Oh, yeah, he did. 13 points.
But what he did on the defensive end is really what is going to bring Utah State the victory in this ball game here at home.
Jalen Moore, you see the career high 14 rebounds. Over 4 years, you've covered this conference from its first season. One of the most consistent players over 4 years. Would he rank in the top 10 most consistent you've ever seen?
He's been so good, and 115th game for him, for the Aggies that he's appeared in. 87 starts, and he's been good. Preseason all-conference this year.
And Jalen Moore out in the front court. The bounce pass, they want some more. Chloe McEwen gets another 2.
Oh, that's the way it's at. They weren't having success backing off from the pressure. Now they're just attacking the pressure, and it's worked the last couple times.
He now has 24 points in the game.
Fouls on Alex Dargington. His third.
Dargington picks up the foul. Just 50.6 seconds remain.
At the free throw line, Jordan.
It wouldn't have shocked me, Utah State winning, but Utah State winning by 18 points,
Yeah,
I'd have gotten that one wrong.
Remember, the Wolfpack, their last 2 victories are by 19 and 17. I mean, dominating fashion. 3 straight road wins. They look like a confident team coming in. But, you know, sometimes the shots just don't fall.
All right, so Marshall goes to the bench. I'm sure he's done for the night. 2 points on 1 of 12 shooting.
He didn't get very many good looks in this ballgame, that's for sure.
The Aggies will have to take a shot or it'll be a turnover. It'll be a foul. That solves the problem.
Drew is fourth.
Drew picks up his 4th.
Chloe McEwen at the free throw line. Shooting 2.
And if you're the Wolfpack, you know, with an NBA mentality like Eric Musselman, when you play in the NBA, it's like, you know, a loss is a loss. It doesn't matter how much it's by, it's a loss. And you look and you go, hey, are all the goals still there? Still have a chance to win this league? And so he's going to have that conversation. He's so much experience with this basketball team and say, hey, guys, played like crap tonight. And give the Aggies credit. They played phenomenal defense. Time to put this one behind. All the goals are still in front of us. And you got to have a very, very short memory in college basketball.
And I also think it's going to be fascinating to see the rematch.
Yes.
Again, with that NBA coaching mentality, to see what adjustments he makes. Center's 3, no. And he's fouled on the 3-point attempt.
Fouls on Alex Dargington. His 4th.
That's about as wholesome a taunt as you can have.
Shooting 3.
They stuck to the facts.
Yes, they did.
No swearing. I mean, you know.
When in this building, it's not full. Like in the heyday of the Spectrum, when this thing was packed to the rafters, it's a really, really loud building. It's got a low ceiling. The sound is contained. This place would get off the charts. And some of those great UNLV teams of the past would come in here. That was a great rivalry of the old conference. I had some games here in the building back in those days. You couldn't hear yourself thinking.
Part of why we love college basketball.
Violation of Michael Lane. And the ball.
17-point lead. I'll tell you this, Wolfpack's still playing defense, so they've got a chance to come back. Utah State does not need to shoot. And it appears the Wolfpack will not foul at this point. Really nice win tonight for the Utah State Aggies in front of the faithful here in Logan. Really nice victory. Utah State now 10-11, Nevada 18-5. Nevada now in a first-place tie with Boise State, and Utah State now climbs into a tie with Wyoming. What'd you learn tonight, partner?
I'll tell you what, the Aggies played inspired defense from start to finish in this ball game, and unsung hero to me in this game, Sam Merrill. The job that he did on Marcus Marshall was as good a job as we've seen anyone do all season long on the Mountain West leading scorer. Hats off, Sam Merrill. His numbers aren't, we can talk about McEwen, we can talk about Moore and what they did, but Sam Merrill has as much to do with this win as anybody in this ballgame.
Well, a special thanks to our outstanding ESPN crew. They worked in Fort Collins last night, find their way all the way up to Logan. Just an outstanding job by our entire ESPN crew. On behalf of my buddy Blaine Fowler, I am Ari Wolf saying so long from Logan, Utah, where the final score 74-57 Aggies. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. We had a lot of fun. Have a great night, everybody.